Whole Foods is under pressure. I lost $100 million. I decided we're going to shut this thing down and cut our losses. My credibility was greatly damaged. So that was a very dark time. I got a call from the lead director letting me know that there was a movement afoot to have me leave. As you become more and more successful, people, they often want what you have. I looked at him in his eye and I said, we can stop this now. It's not too late. All you have to do is just stand by me. And he said, John, I don't think you should be the leader of Whole Foods any longer. I think the company's outgrown you. I just let it all go and I just went into love space. I went into an intense, joyful, blissful space. So I realized this is my higher purpose. This is what I'm meant to do.
My name is Miki Agrawal, and I am the founder of TUSHY, the modern bidet that washes your butt clean after you poop. And I'm so excited because this is a podcast experiment that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. And today is day one, episode one of podcast journey of the rest of my life. This podcast is called Edge of My Seat. So we all go through shit in our lives, don't we? And it's really fun to hear the stories of what happens to people when they experience the shittiest, darkest, hardest things and how they come out on the other side even more alive, even more in love, even more happy, even brighter. So my first guest for this podcast is John Mackey. He is the founder of Whole Foods Market, built it from nothing to $18 billion a year. And 44 years in the making of creating the #1 natural grocery supermarket in the world. I'm so excited about this episode because John really goes through the dark night of the soul and he really shares these shitty moments and what he did to clean them up, both internally and externally. It's a really inspiring episode, so I'm so excited for you to listen to it. Let's just start by you just thinking about one of the darkest, hardest, like just shittiest moments. Like, and I'm sure, again, so many of those incredible stories are in this book. And just bring me back there. Like, where were you and what was happening?
Well, there are many. And the flood is well told, so I'm not going to go to that one. When we almost died in our...
It was crazy, and that also brought me to tears when the community came and helped clean it up. Exactly. It was so beautiful.
I'm going to go back to one of the coup attempts. There were, ultimately there were 4, possibly 5 coup attempts, and people just basically trying to take me out as a CEO and take over to being the leader.
Of your own company?
Well, the company that I co-created. And, but you know, as you become more and more successful, people, they often want what you have.
Totally.
You've lived through that yourself.
Oh yeah.
So envy is a powerful emotion, although it's usually well disguised. In this case, this is back in the year 2000. And I was most vulnerable then because we had created an internet company. We jumped in on the .com revolution. First it was WholeFoods.com, and then we acquired a mail order vitamin company based in Boulder, Colorado called Amrion. And we combined it together and changed the name to WholePeople.com. And we were back in that day. So you had these incredibly crazy valuations for these startups. There was, Pets.com and Garden.com, and they were just, getting $1 billion valuations, and they didn't have any sales.
Right. Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. So
how is that possible?
And it kind of the word that was out there at that time was, if you don't act now, you're going to be left in the dust.
Right.
It's now or never. I wrote a book called Now or Never. And so we decided we jump in, and I was enthusiastic about it, appealed to my entrepreneurial instincts. So my wife and I, we bought Amrion, we moved, and we rented a big distribution center. I moved to Boulder, and we did this, WholePeople.com. And this was back in the year, we moved there in 1999, and so this is 1999, 2000. So a while back, but Whole Foods is a safer way. Whole Foods has still already been in existence over 22 years. So it's kind of in the middle of the story. Wow. And that was, if you have to realize that people don't understand where the internet business was back then. First of all, there was no Wi-Fi at all.
Crazy.
It was all dial-up modems, very slow.
Yeah.
AOL.
The sound, like.
Yep. Yeah. AOL.com and Secondly, there was no plug and play. There's no software as a service. That didn't exist. There was no plug and play internet software.
Right.
There was no Shopify.
Right.
There was no Amazon doing that, no AWS. So everything had to be custom built